Just waiting to go live. Okay, fantastic. I think we're live now. Today we're going to be doing a little bit more trading utilizing the GPT that we have here, the AI trading software. So we're going to be looking for some setups within the US 500, as well as potentially gold and maybe even a bit of Forex. So let's have a look at what we have here. US 500 on the 15-minute, a very large downtrend here when market opens. Let's break down into maybe the 30 or let's go into the 1 hour. So yeah, big drop down. Okay, we'll go into a 5-minute as well. So where are we currently? Looks like a bit of a small bounce here. So we're going to ask, give me the economic news for today. So very important before we enter the market to check what is taking place today, whether there should be any sort of news stories that will impact our trade. I definitely think a sell would be a plausible strategy. Now we're just going to collect a little bit of data and give to the GPT, give that information to the GPT. Download, we'll go to the 1 hour, we'll download this. 15 and the 5. So we're going to upload all 3 of these images. Just here we go. Upload these 3, or sorry, these 4. So this is the US 500 based on these images. Provide likelihood of US 500 being bearish or bullish over the next, let's say over the next 4 hours. So I definitely think a sell would be very plausible here. Fantastic. So a bearish likelihood we have high here. Give it to me in percentages. We got some fire emojis from Carlo. Let's go. Let's get some fire emojis. Shout out Carlo. Bearish likelihood 70%. Now, I think this is a fantastic entry if we were going to go short, and I definitely think it's something we can think about setting up here. So just let me get my broker in order. And then we'll enter. Now, if anyone is using our free mobile app, you should know by now that users of our app get up to, they get 3 to 4 live signals a day. Now, the the sort of win rate we have with these signals at the moment is 90%. It's fantastic. Mainly trading indices, doing options, or just regular stock trades. Fantastic way of getting a few successful trades in for the day. We missed that entry point that I wanted to go for. Let's go into a 15. Where are we now? Let's go back to the 5. Ideally, I'd like it a little bit higher before we enter. I think 615 is a good place to start. Let's go there. So our sell order. Now we're going to manually. Where should we put our stop loss? 27 perhaps. And our take profit, where are we going to put our take profit? At 94. Let's set it a little bit safer, maybe 96. Fantastic. So we're going to monitor that. We're going to see how the US 500 performs. We entered at 18. Fantastic. Well, that's a good entry. I'm happy with that. As we can see, a very big sell order just above. It's getting me excited. I think that was a very good trade there. Now, there's some crypto I want to go into today. There's some other things I think it'd be important for me to ask what everyone wants to see me do today. So I'm going to ask, I'll put it in the chat, drop any crypto trades for us to research. And of course we need some fire emojis in the chat. Let's go. So what's our trade at the moment? $500, 530. We will take that. Fantastic. And we're targeting 96. Let's put one of these in. So we entered at about here. I can't remember where I put the stop loss. Oh, I'm going to be fiddling with that for ages. 27, okay. So just above this order block here. So our risk to reward is 2.28. That's very good. And I do foresee it dropping further from that. Fantastic. Let's take a look at some trades here. So I think crypto would be a great place to start. Unless anyone else would like to deviate, I think we'll start with some crypto. So we'll say, give me some large coins to invest into for results within 2 weeks. See what we get from this question, a question like this. So US 500 continuing to drop. It's currently at 610. See what it's currently at 700 almost $800 in profit. Fantastic. Rexus Finance. So that's something I've been seeing a little bit about previously. Shiba Inu, Aptos, XRP. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've been over Aptos on stream. XRP, definitely something we can take a look at. Shiba Inu, again, that would be a good one to take a look at. I think Hyperliquid would be very interesting. So let's say, give me some information regarding. So we'll just find out a little bit about the company, who they are, what they do. Now, from what I know, they're a decentralized exchange. So that is very interesting. US 500 trade, we're about $800, $700 in profit still. It's fantastic. So Hyperliquid surpassed 1.1 trillion in trading volume, capturing over 60% of the decentralized market share. Okay. So we can say, what is Hyperliquid? Find out a bit more for the viewers at home. Now, yeah, from my research, it's a decentralized exchange. Very interesting. Right, so it says 100,000 transactions per second. US 500 is continuing to drop. We are currently at around $800 in profit. Imagine we caught this huge drop. About $40 in total, just under $40. Okay, so what is Hyperliquid? It's a decentralized exchange operating on its own blockchain, designed specifically for derivatives trading. Fantastic. So it allows leveraged positions up to 50 times on cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and Bitcoin without needing to hold the assets. Okay. And then finally, we have the HYPE token itself. So it's the native cryptocurrency used for the governance, gas fees, and staking. It's capped at 1 billion tokens, with 31% distributed via a community airdrop in November 2024. So let's take a look at Hyperliquid's website, perhaps. Blockchain to house all finance. Okay. No fees, transparent, up to 50 times leverage, and completely seamless. Okay. Okay, so we can connect our wallet, we can buy, we can sell. Very interesting. Folio. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the near future, especially with Hyperliquid. How are they performing? Currently around $13. All-time high of 33. Very interesting. So we'll see how they perform over the next couple of weeks. How's our trade performing? Still fluctuating around the 610 mark. So, oh, drop now. Quite a big drop from the US 500. Currently at $1,100 in profit. Now, what other cryptos were we given? I think Shiba Inu would be interesting. So, give me some information on Shiba. So what do we have here? Ecosystem growth in March of this year. Shibarium. Gaming and metaverse, some partnerships. And a token burning mechanism. So that's very interesting. We will see. Maybe we can read into Shiba Inu a little bit more. Let's look at their website. All-time high of, I'm not even going to try and say that ridiculous figure. Currently trading at round about that figure that you can see on screen. Okay, Shiba Inu, very interesting. Let's go into some option trades perhaps. So I need to find a couple of option trades for Nvidia. We'll go in, we'll say, give me charts for NVDA. We'll find out how they're trading in real time. Currently about 115, a big drop off earlier in the day on the 1 hour. Let's break into the 15. So yeah, big drop off at market open. Very interesting. Let's break this into a 5-minute perhaps. So we need an option trade for Nvidia. We can say, give me an options trading strategy. Based on Nvidia's current performance. We'll see what kind of information it's able to to retrieve what kind of strategy it recommends that we implement. We'll take a deep dive into it. So it's recommended that we sell some put options. Sell a put option. Number 2, go with a covered call strategy. We have straddle. I think the covered call would be, let's see. Okay. Let's think about taking option number 1. So give me give me a trade for selling its options on Nvidia today. We'll see what we're given here.
Stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
Okay. Now I do want to take a couple images and just update the GPT on how our trade is sort of performing. Let's go from the 1 hour. We'll drop to the 15 and down to the 5. Let's go from here. These are images of the US based on this information. Is the market most likely to do? We'll see what we get. So it does say that there is a likely, it's very likely that the continuation of the downtrend will continue. Yeah, I think we will continue to analyze, we'll continue to do some research while this trade plays out. Did reach around the 605 point, but we'll see what we're given. There is a small sort of buy order here at this 605 point. May be the reason why we bounced off that support level. Let's go back into 15-minute. So, option trades on Nvidia, very good to look at. I think maybe some penny stocks would be quite interesting to have a look at. So, give me a list of penny stocks with high trading activity. Whoa. See what we get. So some very interesting picks here. Warpaint London. I think that's something we can take a look at. UK and US penny stocks. Let's take a look at this. W7L. Okay, W7L. The London Stock Exchange. Interesting. What? So they dropped from 540 to 350 overnight. Wow. Let's go into a 4 hour. Why did it go? It launched up to 850. It's currently sitting at around 380. Oh. It's been around for quite some time, this stock. So they've been valued at, well, at their inception they were valued at about £100. They then dropped to £34. And were at 640, although there was a period of time, and a very short period of time, where they skyrocketed to $840, pounds. I wonder what that was caused by. It's very interesting. Huge sell-off here. Very interesting. Let's take a look at another one. I think Foresight Group Holdings sounds quite interesting. FSG. FSG. Currently around $378. pounds, sorry. One point in time valued at about 500. Oh wow, that was a big jump up here. From about $130 to 500, or almost 500 overnight. This is very awkward. So they went public in 2002, had a strange period here. Not sure what that would be. Then launched up from 139 all the way to 472. Very interesting. I think something else we can take a look at. Let's take a look at a US one. So Snapchat. Let's take a look at them. Currently at $8.76. All-time high, however, of $83. The low of $4.84. This rally was in 2020, so a huge jump upwards. All-time high of about just under $84. Fantastic. Currently trading about $8 now. That is very interesting. Let's take a look at one more. I think Galmed Pharmaceuticals sounds quite interesting. Let's take a look. Galmed. Oh wow, $2.21. At one point valued at $4,883. I have no idea what caused them to drop, or what caused them to rise in the first place from around 1,500 to 4,800. But currently sitting about $2.21. Oh wow. However, overnight they jumped to $23, or just $24. Very interesting. Break into a 15. Go and check on the US 500. So fluctuating around this point here. Very interesting. Let's take a look at gold, because I know gold went up today. So it's currently about 3,030. Continuing this jump upwards. It's going to a 15. Order blocks here. 1 minute. Order blocks here. So we could potentially think about taking a trade here on gold. I am hungry. Gold. Let's see if there's any sort of entry points that we can observe. That's 500. Currently up here. See how price reacts. So have a look at some economic news. So give me US economic news. See what information we can pull up here. Okay. Some policy impacts. Dow Jones fell 2.8% on March 10th. Market swings are attributed to tariff threats and mixed signals on economic policies. Interesting. Is there any macroeconomic threats I should so we'll see how price is reacting at the current. Protectionism and trade tensions. We have some inflationary pressure, geopolitical and policy uncertainties. So a lot of information here that we can go off of. Avian flu. Wow. Weakening labour markets in France and Germany contrast with improving conditions in Spain and Italy. Global trade disruptions from rising protectionism. Okay. let's have a look at some other things. Give me some volatile cap stocks to trade today. And we'll see what this gives us. I think it's a very interesting question. Something I like to ask a lot with the software. Big Bet AI was one that was recommended to us. Fantastic. So some low cap volatile stocks that we can consider. TSLL, we have ALCC, Applied Optoelectrics, Sun Nation Energy, Gorilla Technology Group. I think let's take a look at Gorilla Technology. That sounds quite interesting. GRRR. Let's go to the 1 day. Historically valued at upwards of $44 at one point. Wow. At one point valued at $510. And they're currently sitting around 27. And I've had numerous high points, high and low points. Gorilla Technology, I think Sun Nation would be quite interesting. SUNE. 38 cents. At one point trading at $31,000, even as high as 34,000. Oh. Up to 62. 72. Okay, ridiculous volume. Yeah, this is a wild stock indeed. It's currently valued at next to nothing, 38 cents compared to historical valuations. See if we can find any more about it. So let's say, give me some info on Sun Nation. Because this is a very interesting stock indeed. I have no idea why the valuations crashed like this. Oh, these adverts. Okay. Recently appointed a new CFO, effective immediately. Significant volatility. Heightened investor activity. Okay, interesting. Specialized in solar energy systems and battery storage solutions. Part of Pineapple Energy's brand portfolio. Okay, what is Pineapple Energy? So company profile, operates in electronic equipment industries. And it's even given us some additional information about the Philippines pineapple exports. Fantastic. So very interesting. So for all the viewers watching on all the different sort of streaming platforms, if you are a user of our free mobile app, you are entitled to and you're given up to 3 or 4 signals a day. Now our success rate at the moment is around 90%, very effective, mostly focusing on US 500, Nvidia, multiple stocks when the market opens. So a great way of finding potential trades to take every single day, and a very high success rate indeed. So US 500 trade, we're in the profit, $210. We'll continue to monitor this and see what happens. Now we'll probably remain live for the next sort of 10-15 minutes and do some more trades. Now if anyone if anyone has any trades they'd like to see take place, if there's any tickers you want us to research, definitely do drop them below and we'll take a look at what happens. Economic news that will impact US 500 trades today. See what we get. We're going to continue watching the chart. We'll see how it moves. So this order block really has held up very well. Market stabilization and retail sales data. So the Fed is expecting to hold its rates steady with no cuts anticipated earlier than June or July. US 500 rebounding 1.68% on March 17th. So that was yesterday. Retail sales slowed. Intel shares surged 8.1%. Gold prices neared $3,000, as we know, currently sitting at around 3,030. There we are. see if we can find a potential entry into this. I do want to mainly focus on this US 500 trade. Justin C dropping some fire emojis. Shout out Justin. Huh? Let's see what we get here. Give me market psychology US 500 today. We can attach a couple images. I think that would be a sensible thing to do. Download this, go to the 15-minute, and even the 1 hour. So 3 images here. Sharp movements in volatility. Prices testing the 595. Psychological impacts. Caution and optimism. Is the market more bearish or bullish based on this, on these images? So more bearish, the downward trend is showing quite a decline. Fantastic. So exactly what we need. As we can see, US 500 looking like it's dropping again. And I think it'd be interesting to take a look at some other things. Let's look at some insider trades, perhaps. Give me list of insider trades I can. Let's say insider transactions have taken place this month. So we'll see what we are given here. Maybe we can do some research. $610, currently about $660 in profit.
You see, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems,
Okay,
the sounds are
So Tractor Supply and Nvidia. Insiders sold 6.2 million in shares. No insider purchases were recorded during this period, raising caution despite the company's earnings growth. We also have Nvidia. Director Robert K. Burgess sold 6.16 million of shares on March 13th. So huge sell-offs from Nvidia stock. Price dropping quite significantly, 5606. We are in profit, 1,400, 1,300-ish range. All we needed was a bit of patience. So maybe we can take a look at Tractor Supply. Give me a rundown on Tractor Supply. See what we get here. Price continuing to drop here. 1,700 in profit. I think it'd be very sensible to move our stop loss down to, maybe I'll take profit. Maybe 615 I think would be a safe place. At least we're securing profit then. Or 610. Let's play it sensible. Allow for movement in the market. $800 in profit we're taking home regardless. So we can put a line in symbolizing where the stop loss is. Sorry, we should have put it to 615 I believe. Yeah. Let's go back, change that to 615. Nope. So it's taking home $300 profit regardless. However, I do believe the stock will drop. And I do hope it continues to drop. I definitely believe it could reach maybe the 85 mark. Now we do have our take profit at the 95, but we will see how this trade continues. Rundown on Tractor Supply. So Tractor Supply is the largest rural lifestyle retailer in the US. They have 2,300 Tractor Supply stores. Wow. Okay, Tractor Supply aims for 6 to 8% net sales growth. Plans to open 90 new stores and 10 new pet stores, with long-term target of 3,200 total stores, up from 2,200. So they want 1,000 more stores in the US. Wow. Expanded its total addressable market to 225 billion. They have maintained sell ratings. Weaker than expected EPS growth. Okay, let's see. So let's see. Give me charts. See what information we can pull up here. TSCO. So technical analysis recommended we sell from their current price of $52.36. Our first target is $50.64. Second target, $49, and this is below their key support. So the stock has broken its rising short-term trend, signaling a potential reversal. Its news sentiment is mixed, with no major catalysts driving the recent price action. And their trend break, broken ascending trend line, signaling a shift in momentum. So a rebound above the current price would invalidate this recommendation, and it's telling us to monitor for bullish reversal patterns. Let's ask for a confidence rating on the strategy we were just recommended. Fantastic. Give me a confidence rating. Amazing. Now one more question, and I think unless we get anyone dropping some comments in chat, I think we'll probably end the stream. But again, if you do have any sort of tickers you're interested in, definitely do drop them down below. We're about to hit our take profit. I definitely think we can start moving it downwards ever so slightly to capitalize, as well as moving our stop loss down. So let's go into the 15 minute. If we move our stop loss from 615 to 612, our take profit we can move down to 590. Now where do we want our stop loss? 612 potentially, so let's move this down to 590. I want this at 612, 613. $500 minimum, and that has increased our trade. Maximum amount we can make here, it's like 5,600. Now, yeah, I think we will probably end the stream on this note. Now, of course, we've taken home $500 minimum from this trade, and most likely we're going to take a lot more. I do foresee our trade hitting our take profit, and it will only be a matter of time. I reckon within the next hour we'll be able to see that result. So, of course, we'll update you tomorrow on how this trade plays out. It will most likely be successful, like the majority of our trades that we do on here. But look, thank you everybody for joining, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Of course, if there's any tickers you want to go through, we can definitely do that tomorrow.